Hello friends, I'm Maxine, but you can call me Max. Please like and subscribe before I continue with my story. I was born prematurely to a single mom who lived in a beautiful farm. Since I was so weak and fragile, Mom treated me as if I was made of glass. Literally, Mom was constantly worried about me, from what I should do to what I should wear. She'd always give me organic food to eat. I had to drink green-colored smoothies in the morning to boost my immunity system and whatnot. It didn't end there. She'd always make sure that before going out, even for a walk in the park, I had on tons of sunscreen and was wearing knee pads and a helmet. But I always did the opposite. I loved to run and hang upside down on the monkey bars. Hey Mom, come on, let's try this together. It's so much fun. Oh God, no way. Calm down, honey, please. Don't get me worried. Oh, Max, you don't have to make snow angels, honey. It's so cold. Oh, no. Why did you take off the training wheels? It's dangerous. What? A hike with your friends? Do you have any idea how many things can go wrong during such an activity? You could fall, you could hurt yourself, and you could get lost. That's how Mom was. One time when I was 16, it was raining heavily and Mom wanted me to get back in. I didn't, and as a result, I got sick. This herbal tea will do wonders. Mom's herbs were doing absolutely nothing to help, and when I got a high fever, she rushed me to the hospital and it turned out I was pretty sick. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Why was I being so reckless? I should have brought you to the doctor earlier. Don't worry, Mom. I'll get better. I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days, and it was then that I became fascinated with everything doctors did, except for the needles. Mom, I want to have the exact same lab coat. It looks so cool. I'll be a doctor when I grow up. Once I graduated high school, I told my mom that I wanted to go to New York to prepare for the entry test of the best medical school in the country, and I wanted to apply. Mom was jumping with joy, and the next day, I saw her going to the grocery store on a bicycle. What's that, Mom? Where's your car? Oh, honey, I wanted to, buy a new model. You sold it! Mom! Oh, honey, you are all that matters to me in the world. You know I always wanted to become a doctor, but you know how you were born so early, and I was always worried about raising you and keeping you well. I am so happy to see you fulfill your dream. I know you're gonna make me proud. I didn't think twice about selling the car to cover your studying expenses. I'll always do all I can to help you. Once I was in New York, I was living in a hostel with a crazy roommate who was also a student at the same university I was applying to. I'm Mia. Welcome to my crazy world. Oh gosh, she was really crazy. That girl was always busy talking, laughing aloud, and lazing around. But she was also sweet and kind, and we both totally hit it off. Come on, get dressed. You must come to this concert with me. We'll have a blast. What? I've never been to a concert before. I'm not sure I'm very comfortable going there, Mia. What do you mean you've never been to a concert? Have you been living under a rock? No, but my mom didn't really like the idea of me being in such a crowded, closed place. And? Is your mom here now? Let's go out, let's have some fun! This is an experience that you shouldn't miss. After going with Mia for that concert, something inside me just changed. I saw life, people, parties, and many more things. I felt like I'd been living in a prison during the years I lived with my mom. This was freedom. My mom didn't let me do any of these things. Hey Mia, let's go to this yacht party. It sounds like so much fun. Yeah, most of my friends are going, so it's gonna be amazing. Mia, please, take me with you to the concert. But you don't even like this band. Still, I want to go out and have fun. But everything changed just a day before the test. I spent the day studying and at my wit's end. And that's when Mia suggested I take a break and go to a party with her. What? No, I have to finish up the physiology section and then get to botany and then… Girl, if you pass this entry exam, then you'll have to go to college for 4 years, and then you'll have to do your residency in your 30s, and the list of things you'll have to do will go on and on and on, and suddenly you'll find yourself in your 50s and haven't enjoyed yourself. Believe me when I say, life is short. Let's go and have fun. Well, this sounds almost convincing. You know what? I'm coming. Mia sure knew how to have fun. And then we did the most amazing thing together. We crashed a party. I promise it'll be fun. Dr. Peyton throws the best parties. She's known for that around here. Dr. Peyton? That name sounds familiar. Wait a second. She's gonna be one of my professors when the academic year starts. Are you out of your mind? You want me to crash my future professor's party? Why not? Should I explain to you again that you only live once? What if we got caught? Come on, who would notice 2 girls in a crowded party? It's her daughter's birthday party, so a lot of her friends will be there. We'll go unnoticed, I promise. The place was amazing, but right when I was stuffing my face with food, a lady came and looked at me up and down. May I know who you're with? Yes, Dr. Peyton invited us. Oh dear, I don't think I have invited any clumsy intruders to my party. I know all of my daughter's friends, and definitely you're not one of them. Oh my God, my cheeks were burning red at that point. That was so embarrassing. Right then, Mia held my hand and whispered to me, "Run!" But Dr. Peyton started to follow us because she wanted to know who we were. When we got caught outside, I tripped on a rock and was about to fall, but a guy who was standing there caught me in his arms.
Hey, whoa, easy there. Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, there's this crazy lady chasing us, but yeah, I'm good. Come on, Max, we need to go, now! That witch was hot on our trail, so I ran off with Mia. Well, the night was crazy and we had so much fun, but when I woke up the next morning, the first thing I did was scream. I slept in and missed my entry test. No, this can't be happening. No, stupid me. This is all you're doing. Me? Excuse me? You were the one who wanted to run around Times Square in the middle of the night? She had a point, but what was I gonna tell my mom? I couldn't break her heart. Plus, I was so sure she'd want me to return to the farm if I told her the truth. I couldn't go back. I didn't want to. So I did what I had to. I lied. Yes, Mom, it's so good. I am so excited. I love the city, I love the college, and the teachers here are so nice. Thanks for everything, Mom. I didn't like lying to Mom so much, so in the coming weeks, I stopped taking her calls. But that totally backfired when one day, Mom was at my door.
Oh no, you look so tired. I missed you a lot.
Oh wow, what's in this jar?
My baby works so hard, so these are protein bars to make her mind sharp.
Gosh, Mom, you never forget to bring these. Thank you so much. The next day, I took Mom out to a nearby mall, and just as she picked out a dress, someone else grabbed it too.
Hey, excuse me.
I grabbed it first.
Nope, if it isn't Brittany. Weren't you the girl who had a baby right after high school? It's definitely you. Are you still living at your dad's farm?
As my mom and the woman talked, I learned she was in my mom's school, and it seemed they weren't very fond of each other. My mom later told me that this woman used to bully her when they were in high school. But there was something much more problematic with the woman. She looked a bit too familiar, and then it hit me. It was the woman whose party I had crashed with Mia, Dr. Peyton, and the moment her eyes met mine, she smirked.
Oh, here she is. So Brittany, your daughter is going to a medical college? Yes, you heard me right. You're not the only one from Mississippi who could get into a college. My daughter here is making the family proud. Oh, I see. Dear, do you mind telling me your batch number? Oh, you might have forgotten. So, what's your anatomy professor's name?
Oh, he is Professor Derek.
Oh, Dr. Derek, you say? Well, the anatomy professor is a lady, and she happens to be me. Well, your daughter is nothing but a liar, and let's not forget an intruder. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I'd say.
Saying that, she turned and left, but Mom looked so disappointed in me. How could you? I had high hopes for you.
I don't care about the test, but lying? I didn't raise you to be a liar, Max. I'm going back. How could you?
What was I supposed to tell you? Mom, I partied all night and missed the test. You want to know why I lied? Because I didn't want to return. Mom, you're basically a helicopter parent. New York was my path to freedom, and I took it. You didn't let me do anything fun for the past 17 years of my life. But now, I decided to start living. So please, let me. The moment the words came out of my mouth, I regretted saying them, but the damage was done. Mom packed her bags and returned to the farm. In a couple of days, I realized how I'd hurt her, and when I tried to contact her, she shut me out. For the first time in my life, I felt alone. Yeah, alone in a city of 5 million people. I was sad for weeks, and it was Mia who pulled me out from my slump. Can you just stop bothering me? I am not feeling all right. Feeling all right? You have been in those PJs for 2 weeks. Boo-hoo, you missed your test. What's your next step? Stay in those PJs till you die? Gosh, Max, your life can't get better by chance. It can only get better by change. That was some tough love from her side, but it worked. I picked myself up and even found a job. I have to admit, it was hard, very hard. I was working my butt off. I needed to get into that college and make Mom proud. The following year, the entry tests were back on, and this time, I got in. I was so happy and even visited Mom for Christmas and broke the news. But things had changed. While she was happy and even helped me out with the fees, it just wasn't the same. But I still hoped to win my mom back, and to make Dr. Peyton pay, of course. On my first day at medical college, it was like I was walking in mazes, and I felt more out of place than a mustache on a baby's face. But thank God, I spotted a guy in the corridors. Hello? Dr. Evan, right? Wait, you're the guy from that witch Peyton's house. What were you doing there?
Oh, I was invited to the birthday party, but what were you doing there?
Oh, it's a long story. I'll tell you later. Could you please tell me where I could find Class 07? Just as I got a seat, Miss Peyton entered the class and gave a very, very boring lecture. I was amazed at how the students didn't doze off. In the end, she asked if we had any questions, and I jumped to my feet. Yeah, I wanted to know about the hormone that causes hatred.
Oxytocin.
Oh, you! Just leave the class already. Why? I passed the entrance exam and I'm an official student here. I'm not going anywhere.
Leave the class right now or I'll have you expelled for disorderly conduct.
Ugh, I so hated her. After that day, I loved getting on her nerves every now and again. Hey, I wanted her to suffer, even if it was for a little bit. But I also didn't want to get suspended. Besides her, all my professors were amazing, and I was actually loving college. Perhaps a little too much since I would run into Evan every now and then. Soon we started hanging out, and it turned out Evan was a pretty nice guy. Even Mia liked him when they both met. Oh my god, you totally look like McDreamy. Did anyone ever tell you this? No wonder Max is always talking about you when she gets home.
Really? Explains why I always have hiccups.
Mia? Can you please just get us some juice or tea or maybe coffee? Oh gosh, this was so embarrassing.
Nah, just so you know, I'm always telling my friends about you too. Guess we're pretty alike after all.
Well, time passed and I sort of got over my anger at Dr. Peyton. I was so focused on my goal that I didn't care about her anymore. I sailed through my semesters and was in my final year when one day I got a call from my neighbor back home. It turned out Mom had been sick for some time and was in the hospital. Even though I had an exam the next day, I took a flight to meet her. Seeing Mom so fragile, it broke my heart. I sat next to Mom the entire night. Mom, how are you feeling?
Max, what are you doing here? You have an exam today.
But how did you know? We don't talk that often.
Your friend Mia is such a sweetheart. I call her every now and then to ask how you're doing because I want to give you your space. I know I worry a lot, but I can't help it.
I am so sorry for breaking your trust, lying to you, and
No, honey, it's not your fault. People need to make their own mistakes to learn from them. I was taking that from you, and I shouldn't have.
Mom, I love you so much. Saying that, I hugged her. I stayed with Mom for a week until she was home. Meanwhile, I had informed the college about her health, and I knew I'd get things sorted once I was back. But when I returned, I got the shock of a lifetime. Dr. Peyton had recently been made head of the department, and she refused to let me retake the exam. But why? I have the right to take this exam. You can't do this to me.
Oh, I sure can, and I'm doing it. I don't know how you were able to enter this college, but make no mistake, you're not graduating on my watch. You were probably out somewhere, crashing someone's party, and then you had the audacity to pretend that your mom was sick so that we'd let you retake the exam whenever you felt like it. Irresponsible. Maybe it's time to go back to that farm of yours. Please, leave now and close the door on your way out.
That woman was a certified witch. I didn't know what to do, so I told Evan everything. Later that day, I decided to confront Miss Peyton one last time, but I stopped in my tracks when I heard Evan's voice coming from her office.
Mom, you need to cut that out. You can't just waste her hard work.
That lying piece of... She doesn't even deserve to be a doctor.
And why are you standing up for her? Don't tell me she trapped you, wrapped around a farm girl's finger? I expected better from you, Evan. Mom, Max is my friend. You have to stop this. Otherwise, I'll have to go against you.
You wouldn't dare. Just when Evan came out, he was stunned to find me there. You tricked me.
No, Max, please let me explain. Look, I wanted to tell you who I was, but seeing how much you hated my mom, I couldn't. I was afraid to lose you.
I don't care. A lie is a lie. I didn't want to see Evan again, but he never stopped trying. But in the following days, I realized how Mom must have felt when I lied to her and how I was being a hypocrite by not forgiving Evan. One day, as I was in my room, there was a knock on the door and it was Evan. Mia had let him in.
Wait, before you kick me out, just listen to me. I told the dean about your case, and you can still finish your degree.
You actually went against her? Why are you helping me?
Isn't it obvious? I like you.
Thanks to Evan, I was able to retake the exam and passed with flying colors. As for Dr. Peyton, I could tell the world what she wanted to do to me just because she and my mom were rivals in high school. But I decided to move forward because I didn't want to be a miserable person like her. On my graduation day, I invited Mom, and the moment I saw her, I ran to her. You came! I'm so happy you're here.
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
I'm so happy for you, honey. When Dr. Peyton handed me the degree, my smile was so wide, and I knew how much it annoyed her, but who cares? Well, after graduation, interning, and residency, I finally got a job at a hospital, and today is my first day. Wish me good luck.